Take it away.
Jack Welch fired up over Social Security. Reform ain't dead. A new plan could keep you working a lot longer. And stocks, how to spot the very best company in any sector, plus the sizzling real estate market. Too good to be true or, well, true. Jack joins the crew next.
A tough nuclear decision from Iran. Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Hopkins. Iran's hardline Guardian Council has approved a law that puts pressure on the government in Tehran to develop nuclear technology. It's calling for the development of a nuclear fuel cycle, which includes the enrichment of uranium. Now, that's the process used in making atomic weapons. Washington has long accused Iran of developing those weapons despite international treaties. And two bombs ripped through a crowded market in Indonesia, killing at least 22 people. The blasts were in a town in the eastern part of the country. That region has been the scene of frequent clashes between Christians and Muslims. So far, no one has taken responsibility for the attack. And the Pentagon promising to release information backing up its base closings plan. Lawmakers had asked Defense Secretary Rumsfeld for the data. They hope to use it to persuade an independent commission reviewing the closings to remove certain bases from the list. The Defense Department says it will hand the material over by Tuesday. And British engineers are trying to figure out what caused Big Ben to stop running for 90 minutes last night. The minute hand of London's famous clock stopped briefly, began moving slowly again, and then stopped altogether. Now, this is the third time Ben has grounded to a halt since 1997. Eddie Albert, the star of the classic TV sitcom Green Acres, has died at the age of 99. Albert was nominated for Oscars in Roman Holiday and Heartbreak Kid. He also appeared in the primetime soap Falcon Crest. Albert passed away of pneumonia at his California home with his son by his side. Coming up on Fox News Live, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at Operation Lightning in Iraq, with tens of thousands of Iraqi security forces taking part. Now, this is the biggest campaign in the country since the fall of Saddam Hussein. All of that and much more on Fox News Live. That starts at 2 p.m. Eastern today. Be sure and join us. I'll have more headlines at the top of the hour.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Neil Cavuto. Well, just when you thought Social Security reform was dead, Republicans start heaving Hail Mary passes to try and save it. Now, among those passes, raising the retirement age. Could this be the quick fix that restores investor confidence and then sends stocks on a tear? Let's get the bottom line from Jack Welch, the former chief of General Electric and author of that runaway bestseller Winning, along with Ben Stein and Jim Rogers, Meredith Whitney, and Greg Heimowitz. All right, here's the problem. Back in 1937, when Social Security actually began, the retirement age was set at 65, higher than the life expectancies for both men and women. Today, full retirement has been lifted to around 65 and a half, and it's working its way up to 67. But the average man is expected to live to 75, and the average woman lasts right past them all the way up to 80. Now, that's good for us, but bad for Social Security's bottom line. The latest proposal will just raise the age. Jack, that means a lot more workers. Can the economy really handle them?
Yeah, I think they can. It'll give us some more part-time workers. I think it is a real remedy here. It makes no sense to be retiring at these ages when we have our health, and I think moving it up is the right answer.
Ben Stein?
I think it's an incredibly good answer. You know, I've had a fascinating experience recently, Neil. We bought a house out near Palm Springs, and out there the stores and shops are recruiting older workers because they know older workers have the work ethic, the conscientiousness, the attention to detail to get the job done. Those people might as well stay in the workforce, adds to their life expectancy, adds to their happiness, and will save Social Security.
Jim?
Well, listen, I'm all for raising the retirement age. There's nothing against that, but I am against making it retroactive. Is there no integrity left in this country? Is there no honesty left? These people worked for 40 years. They were told they could retire at 65. And now all of a sudden we're going to say, screw off. We've changed the rules on you. I mean, that's why we should privatize Social Security so that everybody owns his own retirement funds. And it's not run by a bunch of politicians and people who change the rules in midstream.
You know, it's just interesting that somewhat shocking from a man who hates entitlement programs to think that, you know, you want to still give them what the government said they were going to do. I think that's great. Look, I think it's very simple. I think Ben and Jack are 100% right. life expectancy has gone up. Healthcare costs have ballooned dramatically. The system was designed when people were going to live a lot less longer. We obviously have to raise the retirement age. It goes part of the way to solving this problem.
But how can you do it retroactively to people?
Well, I think you probably phase it in. You know, those who are closer.
The younger you are,
right.
you push Meredith back until 2080 or something
I'll
like that.
be living for a long time.
But what do you think of that, Meredith?
Well, I think we wouldn't, force the issue to be retroactive unless we were in dire straits. So certainly the easiest political maneuvering is to raise the retirement age. I think another easy political maneuvering is to accelerate legalized immigration, thus expanding the workforce so we have a more even distribution between workers and retirees.
And also guys like Jimmy who are worth fortunes, probably when they get to retirement age, should not get as much as those who don't have the wealth that Jimmy has.
Even if I were worth a fortune, who are they changing the rules? Why didn't they give me the option to get out of Social Security then? They're saying to me, you have to put...
I think that's a great idea. That's another thing they should add in, an opt-out.
So you could help your fellow man. That's
you have to put your money in Social Security, but we're not giving you a choice. That's why it should be privatized, so people have a choice. They can own their own Social Security, and they can own their own funds.
Jack Welch,
well, that's what Mr. Bush wants. I mean, we're glad we're all backing Mr. Bush today. He's got a great idea, and I'm glad that Jimmy is on his side.
Not all of us. Well, not all of us. I'm not backing the privatization.
The man who's steeped in Wall Street doesn't want Social Security to be in Wall Street.
No, I think there's ways of reforming Social Security, just like we're talking about.
But are you for raising the retirement age?
Absolutely. And I'm also for...
Jack Welch, I have an idea that the administration is bandying this age issue around as sort of like a drawing tool to get others in on maybe private accounts, on some of these other features, and a way to get wayward Republicans and Democrats with him. What do you think?
I'm not that close to it, Neil. I think, though, this is a very smart idea. As Ben pointed out, the workforce is more diligent out there. We've got a chance to employ more people and reduce the burden. This is a no-brainer, one of several steps that have to be taken, including, as Greg pointed out, taking some of the money away from some of us fat cats.
But you know, Jim, you're arguing, fat cat though you might be, although you're actually quite thin, but it was a promise made to you that if you knew then what you know now, that they were going to take that potentially away from you, you would have never given it, right?
Well, I didn't have any choice but to give it. That's the whole point. You didn't have a choice. You still don't have a choice. They say you have to put your money in there, and they say we're going to give... Ben, they said we'll give it back to you when you're 65. Now they're saying we're not going to do that, and now they're saying...
Jimmy, if Congress changes the law, you won't have any choice this time either. I mean,
well, that's what I mean. Is there no integrity left? Is there no honesty left?
Look, you don't compound the problem. You don't compound the problem just because you got a certain deal in the beginning. I mean, look, you buy a stock, things change, you sell the stock. I mean, here the thing has changed. It doesn't work anymore. It's broken. You have to fix it.
But if I buy a stock and I pay the price, that's the contract. That's the deal. I can't go back and change it later and say, hey, I didn't mean to pay 35. I wanted to pay 30.
I didn't know you were a man of such high principles.
Actually, you know, he makes a lot of sense there. But Meredith, what were you going to say?
Oh, all I was going to say is, unfortunately, things change, and you're stuck. So you're stuck with it, right?
But Jack Welch, are we getting
all the time?
Go ahead, Jack.
Your tax rate has changed at least 20 times in your life.
Great point.
And you think that that's a good thing? And that's entirely different, though, Jack. That's a different thing from saying to somebody, if you go into the workforce and pay taxes into a fund, and we're going to give it back to you, that's entirely different from changing the tax rate.
Too altruistic. And here's the thing. This is why we have to fix Social Security. Because if all of a sudden we don't do anything to fix Social Security, then it blows up in our face. Then you have people revolt from the system and no longer contribute to the system.
I am saying we've got to fix it, but I'm
scale it in. Those who are close to retirement age, maybe you grandfather it in for 5-10 years. Guys who are about to, 65, guys like you are 1 or 2 years away from that. You let those guys stay in. Oh, sorry.
But Ben Stein, could I ask you something? I mean, there are a lot of programs that the well-to-do, like Jim and others, pay into that they never see a dime of. Will Social Security ultimately be means tested that they won't see it anyway?
This idea has been being kicked around for 10 years at least. It's a very good idea. There is no reason why well-to-do people like Greg, Jim, and Mr. Welch should be getting Social Security benefits.
Or Ben Stein, for that matter.
In other words, Ben...
Well, or Ben Stein, for that matter. There's no reason why we should be getting the same level of Social Security benefits we were originally promised. If the system is in trouble, the poorest and the least among us should get the money, not the richest.
So, Ben, you're just saying, let's raise taxes. You're like Greg. Raise more taxes.
I'm not.
No, I'm saying raise taxes on the wealthy, absolutely without question, and And second...
So make it an entitlement program. Make it an entitlement program.
The wealthy are plenty rich enough. They can afford a small tax increase.
How do you define wealthy?
Cut in Social Security. As rich as Greg is as well.
All right. Jack Welch, thoughts on that?
No, I'm all with that. I totally agree with that. I think that we ought to means test Social Security.
All right, well, it's easy for Jack to say. He has the GDP of all of Latin America. But, all right, when we come back, from technology to defense, Jack Welch on how to pick the very best company in any sector. Coming up next.
Visa Signature, more than just a rewards card. It can magically turn all sorts of wishes into reality.
Give me a kiss to build a dream on.
Like getting you into practically impossible to get into restaurants at exclusively reserved tables. And since Visa Signature has no preset spending limit and is accepted at millions more places worldwide than American Express, it's everything you need to make your wishes come true.
Nice play.
With Visa Signature, rewards are just the beginning.
In the 21st century, you expect more. So we created Ameritrade Apex, our dedicated program for active traders that offers free powerful trading tools, Apex exclusive events and webcasts, and no service fees. All for just $10.99 per internet equity trade. It's the 21st century. Trade like it. Now trade 5 times a month to qualify and get 50 commission-free internet equity trades and a $100 cash bonus.
Sharp multifunction products transform the office by adding enhanced color to your documents. Then Sharp technology doubled your productivity by scanning 2-sided documents in a single pass. Now Sharp's Data Security Kit is transforming the office again by preventing unauthorized access to information while keeping sensitive digital documents from falling into the wrong hands. The Sharp Digital Imager Series. All the productivity you want, all the document security you need.
Bathroom is still life? How about bathroom as real life? Moen. Buy it for looks, buy it for life.
You must be so excited.
Yeah. Actually, I've been wanting to talk to you about my life insurance.
There are times in life when you can really use expert financial advice.
Hey, that's a great point.
Northwestern Mutual Financial Network. The Quiet Company.
You know, you should really stick around for the breaks, folks. Anyway, welcome back. How do you pick a winner in every sector so you can get more for your money? Well, you ask these guys, Jack Welch and Ben Stein, Jim Rogers and Greg Heimwitz, they're all back. And you also ask another buddy of mine, Mike Norman. Mike is the founder of the Economic Contrarian Update. Jack, to you first. So, GE, you said you only wanted to own companies that were number 1 or number 2 in their respective industries. Should investors do the same?
Well, I think it's a little more complicated in investing. You wouldn't want to have kept Sears in the retail sector or IBM in the computer sector. Along came Walmart, along came Dell. So I think your trick in investing is to pick the comer. The people with the right innovation, the people with the right culture, the people that are taking on the fat cat leaders.
All right, Mike, what's your strategy?
Well, the strategy is to look at major developing trends. I happen to like Dell. I think Dell is the Walmart of technology. I think they have mastered the distribution chain, the production chain. They have not focused on technology as much as being able to assemble and distribute the best product at the lowest cost. This is the business model that works everywhere in the world. And now they are getting into new markets. They've attacked Hewlett-Packard with the printer, and they're going after next Apple with the iPod. They're just going to continue to grow and grow and grow.
Is that somewhat contrary to Jack's theory that you want to go after the up-and-comer? I mean, does anyone pose a threat to Dell that would be more interesting from a stock point?
Look, there's always the possibility that innovation might spring up a new sort of technology and make the old technology obsolete. However, right now in the technology game, it's about mastering the supply chain, and it's a business model that works from Walmart to everywhere else.
Why would you want to buy something that's so expensive and it's 5-year high? I mean, it's not like you to buy.
It's not like me. It's not like me. You're right. However, I see Dell moving into markets that it hasn't been in before. It's been PCs, now it's going after
Greg,
Apple.
what are you doing?
I'm staying with the more mundane. You know, one of the companies we like and own a lot of is Foot Locker. First, we look at valuation. You got a company trading at roughly 13 times, owns the market. I like, you know, market leaders, 20% of the market share in the U.S. And what that entitles them to do and allows them to do is buy their goods cheaper, roughly between 200 and 300 basis points cheaper.
Mike's shaking his head.
No, Neil, guys, you might laugh at this, but look, no more steroids, no more monster juiced-up athletes. A lot of the marketing for the footwear and the sports apparel is going to lose its steam.
That's just
absolutely.
silly.
They're coming to me.
No, it's
you
not.
can't tie steroids to Foot Locker.
Sure, he
can do whatever he wants.
These monster
Okay, Ben Stein, what are you doing?
Well, I always say, just by the broad indexes, but if you want a sexy individual pick, I'm going to stay with Boeing, which I've been recommending since it was in the low 30s. Now it's in the low 60s. It's priced pretty high now. It's about 29 times earnings. I think its earnings are going to come out extremely high.
It's the first time you've actually mentioned a stock, not an index or something. What do you think of that, Mike?
I usually like the indexes, and I still mostly like the indexes. But BA is an amazing company. It's hitting on every cylinder: defense, aerospace.
All right, let us know how you feel about it next time. But Mike, what about you?
Since we went to war in Iraq in March 2003, the stock has more than doubled. Defense spending is peaking, and the new defense bill is going to limit monopoly contracts to large contractors.
But their commercial business is roaring.
Well, it's in the price. Ben,
that's fine. You're both now officially boring me. All right, Jim.
Well, what you said, energy was one of your sectors. The best way to play energy is to buy sugar, because sugar is 85% below its all-time high. And in Brazil, they're going to convert sugar into ethanol. 60% of cars built in Brazil this year will burn ethanol. The Chinese are going down there.
65%?
60% of all cars built in Brazil will burn ethanol this year. The Chinese are going there. Everybody's going there to figure out how to do this. It's a lot cheaper than oil.
You have to give Jimmy Rogers credit. The only guy in the world who has an energy play and it revolves around sugar.
There were crazier ideas, weren't there?
Take it home. Here, Greg, here's some sugar. Take it home.
I'm going to take this home and put it in my car.
Be the beginning of your new fortune.
Yeah. Jack Welch, what do you think of that theme that maybe don't look toward stocks, but look toward maybe what some might consider esoteric areas?
Well, that's what makes Jim a great investor. I mean, who the hell would have thought of sugar as an investment in energy right now?
Right.
Only Jim. It's a very creative idea. I have no idea whether it's any good or not.
Well, he says the market's hit a sweet spot.
It works for him. You should see all the cookies he eats. He runs around
and he stays thin. All right, straight ahead. It's a bubble. No, it's a buying opportunity. We're going to cut through all the noise and get some straight talk on this record run in real estate from a guy who helped finance a huge chunk of it. Boom or bust? Jack Welch has some answers. Stick around.
Did you miss something from today's Cost of Freedom business block? Log on to foxnews.com/freedom. Recaps for each show are posted Mondays at 12 p.m. Eastern.
We're always live.
This program is brought to you by ConocoPhillips. Where others see obstacles, we see a chance to elevate.
Elevate their performance. On the biggest stages, with the highest stakes, they're able to summon something extra, and by sheer will, produce wonders. As a global energy leader, expect big things from ConocoPhillips, and watch our performance elevate.
For over 50 years, Dreyfus has led the way. With vision, experience, commitment, and discipline. After all, when it comes to providing investments, it's good to be king. Dreyfus, the strength of investing. Contact your advisor for a prospectus with information on a fund's investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
Coming up, enough bubble talk. What's really going on with soaring real estate prices, and what do we really have to fear? Jack Welch was at the top of the corporate heap when the last bubble in real estate burst. What he says next.
Defined abs. Everybody wants them, but they're so hard to get.
For me, and apparently many others, expensive gadgets and gizmos just aren't the answer. The real secret to getting great abs lies in two key factors. Number one, training variety to stimulate muscle development. And number two, nutritional insights to lose fat deposits so you can see results.
New from Fitness Made Simple comes six-pack abs with John Baisdow, the complete abdominal sculpting video for both men and women. Six-pack abs incorporates both key factors with 3 different 10-minute or less home workouts and fat-fighting nutritional tips.
Food-wise, now I know what to eat and when to eat it.
I've dropped 40 pounds. It's not a lot of hype. It's not Hollywood. It really works.
Six-pack abs has everything to maintain the ab definition I want. This video eliminates all the guesswork and provides a complete blueprint to building a lean, toned midsection.
Call now to order six-pack abs with John Baisdow.
Fitness Made Simple, bringing real results to real people.
How would you like the power to change from this to this? Join the thousands of men and women who are changing their bodies and lives with our best-selling videos hosted by fitness celebrity John Baisdow.
Fitness Made Simple gives you the power to change. The power to change your body, the power to change your life.
Order our power package today and get the original Fitness Made Simple workout and nutrition video plus AM/PM workouts, John's popular morning and evening exercise video for only $29.95. That's 2 videos for the price of 1. Call now.
Fitness Made Simple, bringing real results to real people.
Defined abs. Everybody wants them, but they're so hard to get.
That's because the real secret to getting great abs involves 2 key factors: variety in training routines and nutrition insights to reduce fat deposits so you can see results.
New from Fitness Made Simple comes six-pack abs with John Baisdow, the complete abdominal sculpting video. It offers 3 different home workouts and fat-fighting nutritional tips. Call now to order six-pack abs with John Baisdow.
Fitness Made Simple, bringing real results to real people.
Welcome back, everyone. We'll call it bubble phobia. Record-breaking real estate prices have many living in fear of that popping sound. Well, a real estate bubble did burst back in 1990 while Jack Welch was sitting on top of a huge pile of it at GE. So is Jack worried right now? Well, let's go inside Jack's head. Jack Welch, you worried about this happening all over again?
Well, it could, but it'll be local, and I think we're probably in the 7th inning of a 9-inning game here. We've had a great run in real estate, but we're still at reasonable levels. Home prices are roughly 3 to 4 times income. In Japan, when the bubble burst, they had reached 10 times.
Yeah, but Jack, they're not 3 to 4 times income in your neck of the woods of Boston. They're not 3 to 4 times in hot areas like Silicon Valley or in Florida, where things have been booming. So I'm wondering whether Alan Greenspan, I can't believe I'm saying this, was right when he did say that there are bubbles, at least in parts of the country.
Sure, there's some froth, but places, I was in Las Vegas last Sunday, and they're doing some incredible things out there. They're actually requiring homeowners who are flipping to give half the capital gain back if they make the deal within 2 years, if they flip within 2 years. So they're putting caps in on some of these things that should slow things down.
Yeah, but they're doing it after the fact, Jack. I mean, you know, the animals have left the barn, right?
So you've concluded there's a bubble, I guess.
Well, no, you know, believe me, Jack, I agree with you that I think nationally, if you were to look at it, there isn't. But I'm wondering, here's the question I have as a dumb anchor for you. If hot areas begin to implode and this switching and dating of property stops, doesn't that spill over to the rest of the country?
Yeah, no, but it'll hit certain political areas. I mean, in the 92 election, New Hampshire prices had dropped dramatically in the bubble, and George Bush got hammered in New Hampshire. So
That's a good point.
It will affect local politicians, no question. But, you know, Neil, we've got room to go here. The economy is strong. I'm not saying that we don't have the potential for a bubble, but I don't see it short term.
All right, then what about all the, you know, there were the GE Capitals, and you were sitting over that when your stewardship through the last bubble or whatever you want to call it. Did you get left holding the bag at the time? Did a lot of other real estate purveyors get left holding the bag? What?
Somewhat. Of course we did a little bit, but we worked our way out of it. In Los Angeles, in Las Vegas last Sunday, I was with 40,000 real estate developers. They're bullish as can be, as they always are at this point in the cycle. But they remain very bullish, even in the hot areas like Las Vegas, like Southern California, like Florida. People are still buying rapidly, and there is speculation. There's no question. Yeah. There's a lot of flipping going on. But Neil, I think we're in the 7th inning, as I said, not the 9th.
All right. I don't know what's more amazing, that your views on housing, or the fact that you were with 40,000 Real estate developers.
Well, I was pitching a book.
All right, I heard of that book winning. All right, straight ahead, bigger and better tax breaks for everyone. Someone here says they're coming in soon, but first let's check in with David Adds and see what he has coming ahead on Forbes Unboxed.
Hey, Neil, we've got more in the red-hot housing market. A lot of Americans cashing in on it by flipping, buying and selling homes for a quick profit. Can you make a bundle doing it, or will it bust the housing boom instead? Answers that could make you money at the top of the hour. Neil and Jack Welch will be right back.
Fully electronic stock exchange.
Thanks to Sprint, ING Direct customers don't have to go to the bank. The bank goes to them. Online or on the phone, ING Direct has been able to give customers reliable, secure access to their accounts with zero service interruptions over the Sprint Peerless IP network. With Sprint, ING Direct is secure, convenient, beautiful. Detailed case studies at sprint.com.
Hi, honey. Any luck yet?
Not really.
Finding a new home shouldn't be this hard. An experienced RE/MAX agent can help you find the perfect home, across town or around the world.
I guess finding the right home isn't a job for amateurs.
Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
Documents start with people like you who have ideas to share. To bring your ideas to life, choose Sir Speedy. We understand the process of moving from ideas to documents. We have the expertise to enhance your vision and all the technology to make it happen. Whether your documents are electronic or printed, Sir Speedy's global digital network will help you create, manage, and distribute them more efficiently, wherever they need to go. Sir Speedy, we are documents.
Yeah, that's right. My check card was stolen. You spent $1,280? No, it's just I'm going on vacation in a week.
If your check card is ever lost or stolen and used...
So how long will it take to get my money back? Tomorrow?
We'll put back the missing money next business day.
Tomorrow's...
Guaranteed.
Tomorrow's great.
Bank of America. Higher standards.
All right, we're back to go on the spot. We begin with my friend Jack Welch. All right, Jack, you're up. Spot me.
Well, I think the president, after having a few setbacks here, is going to come out strong after the tax reform recommendations come out, and we're going to get some significant tax reform over the next 12 to 14 months.
All right, Greg?
Well, I hope Jack Welch, who's a good friend, is dead wrong on this, because my prediction is the Republicans continue to spend like drunken sailors. This year alone, government spending
Be careful,
is up.
it's Fleet Week. We have a lot of sailors.
That's true. This year alone, government spending is up 7% year over year. I'm all for, even though you may not think this, I'm all for cutting taxes, but if we're going to cut taxes, then let's restrain the spending, and that's the biggest problem. So I hope he doesn't get his tax cut until he learns how to stop spending.
Ben Stein?
We have a military recruitment crisis. We are not meeting our military recruitment goals. This is a serious national security issue. We've got to raise military pay. We've got to show our gratitude to the men and women in uniform, especially on this Memorial Day weekend, and we've got to pay them more and show them that we care about their sacrifice.
Meredith?
Ben is right, but my prediction is that employers are paying up hourly wages at our all-time highs, and that will be followed by some very strong job creation.
When you say very strong job creation, what do you mean?
Jobs, jobs, jobs.
All right.
Yeah, 300,000 plus.
I was wondering. At first I thought it was jobs. It's jobs.
Well, in Europe, the Italians have been doing their best to stop cross-border bank consolidation, but that resistance is breaking down now. So you're going to see a lot of mergers in banks in Europe. So I would buy all the small banks you can in Europe. I mean, there are things like Danske Bank, which I don't own, but if you can find a small bank, buy it, because soon the big banks are
Meanwhile, I
buy
was
you out.
thinking of you, the French are going to reject this whole referendum thing, aren't they?
Right, looks like it,
And
yeah.
then the Netherlands afterwards, then it's all Katie bar the door for these guys.
That's
right?
why the dollar's rally.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting, and you were on that. All right, my own Fox on the Spot is the Democrats. With deference to my friend Jack Welch, I think the Democrats are the ones feeling their oaths and knowing they've got the Republicans caving in on key issues, including the filibuster. They're sensing a good 2006 midterm election, and I think they're right. Jack Welch, here's my prediction. I think the Republicans lose their control of Congress in the midterm election.
Never.
What do you think of that?
No way.
All right, what do you think?
I think you might be right. It's historically accurate, if nothing else.
I think it's the best prediction you've ever had.
No, you're a lawyer. I'm not casting aspersions one way or the other, just my prediction. Run the other way. All right, lots more ahead. The Cost of Freedom continues right now with Forbes on Fox, hosted by David Asman. Here now, David.